Hey, Mrparka here to review the 4-disc set of Adam Albright's The Cemetery, released by Massacre Video. This is the first Blu-ray Massacre Video is releasing, and the first time I think that Adam's films have been released, or any of Adam's films have been released on Blu-ray in the States. Adam directed Crossbear, he's working on The Hunters and The Sadists, and Burnt House he directed. And The Cemetery, I was waiting a long time for it to actually be released. I seen it I think a couple years ago, actually, at this point, and I reviewed it, and I remembered having good feelings about it, but I didn't remember exactly everything about it. I remember demons, cemetery, obviously, ghost hunter things, and violence and things like that, but I wasn't sure how I remembered the film completely, and plus I wanted to give this 4-disc a view and check it out. Also released on VHS, and for you guys that don't want the Blu-ray, or don't want to buy a 4-disc set with 2 DVDs, a Blu-ray, and a CD, there is a 2 DVD set coming out very shortly on Amazon. So all the links will be below for Massacre and Amazon and whatnot, so you guys can easily purchase or check it out or look into it. But essentially The Cemetery follows a group of ghost seeker rip-off guys that are actually pretty much fake guys, or hoax artists, or you know, scam artists, and essentially they go around and they go out in this cemetery that supposedly what happened here was these religious guys years ago killed all these Native Americans, and for some reason people started getting possessed around there, and they couldn't stop the demons, so they had to torture them. And so the ground is very evil, very sour, and apparently the demons can only enter in sinners, which hence really shows us why all the characters in this film are big pieces of crap and horribly unlikable. The character of J.D. Brown is pretty much the only semi-decent person in the movie. I also think he's the best character and the best actor in the film. And he is also the lead in the film. He leads the ghost searchers. And I'm not sure if it's just that his character is more likable, so he's more appealing, or it's just that he's actually better. Maybe it's a little bit of both. I'm not sure. But I really enjoyed his character in the film. The other characters are really bad people. They're very sleazy people, and they sleep around, they cheat, they're whiny, they argue, they're rude, and they're just very unlikable. So that sets up for the obvious of anyone being possessed here. And also in the classic slasher fare, people are always happy to see the big pieces of crap get killed. And although it's been done to death and we see all these bad, like kind of sleazy, crappy characters all the time, people like to see that kind of stuff still. And this was made a couple years ago, so it hasn't been that done to death at this point. But essentially, there's a lot of weird comedy in this film. At points, some of the characters say really oddball things that it comes, like I said, across like a Ryan Nicholson Gutterballs type style. And a couple of the lines are really funny. I thought there's a scene where one of the guys and JD's character, they interact about sleeping with the same girl, and they both kind of pause in the middle because they knew they did it, and they were just like have an awkward laugh. That was really funny.
I'm gonna wake these guys up. I have a feeling I know why they slept so late.
Yeah, tell me about it. Man, I had to listen to that shit all night.
God, that girl really loves the cock, huh?
No.
Hey, bro, you don't happen to have any soap, do you?
I don't. Sorry.
And kind of clever. A lot of the comedy is just really weird, goofy, immature lines and stuff like that that a lot of people will get a kick out of just because of the novelty of how ridiculous it is. But it does seem weird when you take that weird, almost like sophomoric style comedy and you mix it with the flashbacks, which are actually pretty grueling stuff here with the religious cult, like not cult, but group torturing all these people and things like that. And that stuff's actually creepy and actually kind of scary. And there's lots of stuff in the film that's shot in a very scary way. Essentially, when one of the characters finds the cameras and they look what's on the cameras that they have set around, a couple scenes like that are actually kind of scary. And there's pretty brutal, I guess the term to use would be brutal violence and gore in here, particularly an amazing scene where these feet get hacked off, which I absolutely love, because these demons cannot die, and one person doesn't really realize that they're demons, and she's yelling at one of the characters who's doing it, and it's just a great scene. She's gotta get up, she's gotta follow us. I really enjoyed that scene quite a bit. Like I said, some of the comedy I think is out of place, kind of weird at points. Towards the end, there's a scene that pops in with whipped cream, and it just seems like it's so out of the blue. But the film has a lot of that random comedy popping in and out, and it is strange sometimes because it does seem like a mix of three things. Like at points we have a good score that's kind of creepy, but then we have like this hardcore heavy metal like stuff like that in there too when people are getting killed, and I've never been a fan with that. I know a lot of people like it. I just it's a preference, and I never will like that. It has to be. I've never seen it used correctly, and I don't know. It's not my. I don't hate that music. I don't really care for that music. I'm not familiar with that music. It just seems very odd when we have this good atmospheric scene and all of a sudden this heavy metal music comes out of left field or right field or wherever it's coming from. But it's forgivable because I enjoy the gore so much, and the plot's also very fun. It's very your typical go in the woods, get killed by monster thing. And they could easily, a lot of people would have done a slasher, but it's demons, and I love demons. And the demons look cool, the backstory's cool, the gore is cool, the lead is good. The other actors are fine, it's just that I just don't particularly like their characters, and kind of odd characters at points. There's another character who I enjoy who's not in it very much. He's the producer that comes on set. He's pretty funny as well, and his kind of comedy seems to fit in the film, I think. But I always start the same way. I realized when I was watching this, I started remembering more. And as the film starts, I'm thinking, maybe I don't like this. But by the end of the movie, I'm like, I like that. I liked it. It was cool. It wins me over every time. It has these characters. I'm like, I don't want to watch these people for an hour and a half. And then by the end, I'm like, you know what? There's enough. There's enough else into it that I really enjoy it. And like I said. It's a well-made movie. It's well shot as well. On top of that, like I said, it's very professional looking. The cameras look good. The shots are nice, and it's pretty much a brutal horror film that I think a lot of people will enjoy. The special features are on here. I didn't watch the commentary, but I did watch most of the 2-hour and 19-minute making of, which pretty much shows them backstage and all the how cold it was on set and the pig guts and all sorts of things like that and the special effects. And that was kind of cool to get to know the people a little bit more. As well as it has a soundtrack on here, which like I said, I dig the score. It's kind of creepy, but not a fan of that kind of stuff. I may be outside the movie, but not if I heard it, but not inside the movie. I think it's kind of odd. It's out of place to me, at least. And then also it has his Adam's short he made for ABC's of Death, which is phenomenal. The M is for memoirs, I believe, or is it memoirs or memories? But I think it's memoirs, and that has Rob Dimensions and Adam in it. And I really like that one. It's really stylish, really creepy, actually terrifying at points. And you could tell that when he made that, he could actually really show fear and stuff like that. And in Cemetery, there's actually quite a bit of good shots in here that are actually scary as well. It also has the Sadist preview, which is 7 minutes long, among other things. But yeah, it's a really nice release. If you're a fan of the movie and you're in the good old US of A, I would recommend getting it, or period, import it. I don't know if it is limited or not. This is limited to 1,000. I do not know if it is region free or not. But there is tons of stuff in here, and I think a lot of people will dig this movie if you guys haven't seen it. If you guys have seen Crossbearer, I like it better than Crossbearer. I dig the demon stuff. I love demons. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. But I'm Mr. Parka. Have a good one.